So this is the version we have so far. In this part, we're going to add login, and we're going to do a access token and refresh token system of logging in so that it is compatible with mobile APIs. And so let's get started. So the first thing we can do is go to our home, and in the home route we can add our login route. So we could add login as a sibling of home, and we can also add register as a sibling of home. So for our home route, we can use a simple form. So I'm going to copy and paste a form for our login route, and it's going to be in page.svelte. So this is the login form. It's a basic login form. So if we were to go to /login now, we should be able to see the login, but we have to declare some variables first. So let's declare our script block. We can say lang equals ds, and we need our email, and we can set it to blank. We need our username, and we can set that to empty string. We need email, password. So email, password, and yeah, that's about it. So let's see here, let's change this to password. So that's our login form, and we need a handle submit function. So for that, we can use a simple function here, which would look like a dollar function. So handle submit, and it's async, and what it's going to do is it's going to ask for a response from our endpoint, and here it's going to take the email and password in that object that goes to the API login endpoint. Next up, we're going to have to create the registration form. So for that, let's take a look at the page.svelte for registration, and let's take a look at creating a new page.svelte. So for this one, we're going to just use a similar form as the login form, and we can just copy this over, paste it here, and we're going to create the other values that are missing. So here we can select username, so we can call this username, and we can add a form input for name. So now that we have those done, we can actually add the script tag for it. So let's go ahead and do that. So in the script block, we need the same things as for the login, and we can also add in the handle submit, we can also add the missing params such as username, name, email, and password. So now that we have the login form as well as the registration form, we can now go ahead and take a look at what we have. So if we go to /login, we get the login form. If we go to /register, we have the registration form. So we can make this look a bit better. So to improve the UI, let's go ahead and take a look at Skeleton to see if we can find a form. So let's go to get started and look at some of the components here. And in this one, we have the components here, and we have we have a card component here. So what we can do is take the card component as the container for the form. So let's take this card container and wrap our form inside that. And also for the login form, we can wrap the card container around the form. So now we have a card around the form. Let's actually check if we can make that. So the card didn't appear, and I think that's because of the layout file outside of our so that's where the slot is, and we could take the slot and move it in. Yeah, actually the slot can stay there. Okay, let's go ahead and work with this for now. We'll pretty it up later. So if we go to register, it takes us to register. If we go back, it takes us to the home. So let's say we start at /login. So we do need a DB and a Prisma file, so a Prisma schema. So let's go ahead and do the installation for that. So for Prisma, we need to first install Prisma. So for installing Prisma, we can say So for installing Prisma, we can say npm install prisma -- save dev, since it's a dev dependency. For installing Prisma client, we can say npm install @prisma/client. So that'll install the Prisma client as a dependency. Now we can rerun npm run dev, and to create the to initialize Prisma, we can run npx prisma init -- data source provider SQLite. So that gives us the SQLite provider, and it also creates for us the schema file. Now in the schema file, we need a schema that will work for us. So I've already created the base schema for our platform, and I'm going to paste it here into the schema file. So that gives us the base schema. Now that we have the base schema, we can add the migration. So let's do the migration now. And to do the migration, the best way to do it is to run npm let me check, npx prisma migrate. So npx prisma migrate dev -- name, and I'll just call the name of the migration initial schema. So now that gives us the initial schema. Now here it's complaining that timestamp C is not supported for SQLite connector. So we can take a look at that. So here where it says datetime, we can just take out the timestamp Z, and we can run the initialization again. So that creates a migration file here with the name of the migration that we gave it, which is initialized initial schema. And it should also give us the database initialized. So if we go and run npx prisma studio, we should have our DB able to be viewed here. So let's take a look at the DB. So we have our user table, we have our roles table, we have posts, we have property, and we have liked. So we have the initial schema, and we also have the relations between them, which is, if we go back here on the user table, we have a user can have many properties, many posts, and one role has many users. So that's the relationships. So now that we have our DB initialized, we can take a look at getting the dependencies run. So we need bcrypt, which is the encryption or the security library. So we have bcrypt now, and we also need bcrypt types. So let's run npm I -- save dev @types bcrypt. So this gives us the bcrypt types library. So now we have everything we need to get our login and registration working. So that'll be in part 5. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.